Practice Silvas, that was just for you.
Wow.
Did you just click live now?
Here.
We are live, everybody. Welcome to our One Wheel Wednesday. We were not live. My son is running the switcher today. He is 5 years old, folks. Actually, no. Welcome to our YouTube channel. He just clicked live after we have been live for the last few minutes. All of you thought we were doing my hair and stuff. We are speaking to no one, everyone. So welcome to...
Wow.
Welcome to our YouTube channel
Too
today.
bad you didn't get to see it because it was real fun.
It was memorable. It was only for us. This is what happens when...
Yeah, I broke my leg in that time.
No, you didn't. Get out of here. That is Lily Arnold right there. We were introduced, my lovely wife of 44 years of life. No, we've not been married for 44 years,
Half
but...
that. I'm 44. We've been married
for 22.
22.
Woo!
Hey, everybody.
Turned 44.
I did. I turned 44 on Monday.
Monday. How's it been?
Great.
How's it been to be 44? Are your hips sore now? Are you like feeling
Your
pains
hips?
you didn't feel before?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I just got a new GTS. I'm ready to rock
Oh,
and roll.
me. That is not true. That's fake news, everyone. Fake news. Hey, if you're brand new around here, jump into the chat. That's where we'll engage with you today. As we're going to talk about is ONEWHEEL Winning with all the new products, films, and factory team. That's the conversation of today. They're dropping things like crazy. They got new products. They got the new GTS. Here's a picture of that bad boy. Epic's going to throw it up on the screen for you all to see in case you live under a rock. You don't know what that is. There it is. The GTS series.
That's mine,
is
actually.
the leading one wheel out there. It is fast, got more power,
That's
more
me.
torque. It's got more voltage. It's everything you ever dream of in a one wheel. I'm just saying. You should buy that one. I don't make any money. I don't get paid to say that. It's just, it's worth every penny of it. And we broke that down in other videos. They've also released recently in the last couple of weeks, brand new bumpers, which...
What? What? Can you say that again?
Bumpers. Do you like the animation voice that I had going?
Brand new bumpers.
Which they look pretty cool. We have not got hands on them yet. They will be shortly shipped here, and we will give them a good test. I have enjoyed their product testing videos and things of that nature. They're stronger, more durable, and slippery.
Oh.
It's great. They don't wear down as much. Interesting questions. A few people have jumped in my DMs. Lily, how do you know when you should replace your bumpers?
When they look like they need to be replaced.
Wow. When they look like, that's a good answer.
Yeah,
but
like they've been eaten up.
Eaten up, gobble, gobble.
They're falling
from
off.
all the grooves and stuff.
Grooves,
like
okay.
from
That's
rocks
fair. Yeah,
and,
that happens on the stock
I'd say-
bumpers are a little bit biodegradable.
And if you know, a lot of times if you're going off the rocks and stuff, you'll have chunks out of them or like
Correct.
they're bent out.
So
the side
how do you know if you need new bumpers?
all the time?
All the time. Wrong answer. That is not right. It's when again, if you've got a hole in it or something, but it's when your heads of the screws are being grinded down. It's time to put a new bumper on because nobody wants to grind that screw down to where you can't get it out. That's how you know to put a new bumper on. And the new bumpers are dropping now. So many of you slid in my DMs. We got a special guest today. A couple of special guests. I don't know. They're married. They're awesome. Big fans of them. They're going to be here shortly.
That's a couple.
Yeah, I don't. Right? It's a little.
Guess.
They're coming. They're sitting in their car
here.
currently waiting.
They're here.
This is going to be awesome. We're going to introduce them here in a second. But I don't know. About a dozen of you slid into my DMs, and you might not be in the chat today, but you asked me, you call me a fanboy, so I just like, of One Wheel. How do you feel about your fanboy company dropping new bumpers? Creating a competition against other companies that have their own versions of strong, tough
I can't say I
bumpers.
actually even understand that.
No, but it was said. So I figure 5. I was like, when we got to 10, I was like, okay, we'll address this. Mm-hmm. Here's the deal. I think anything that is created by a third-party company, I think they should be able to do that. I also think the creator of One Wheel should be able to do the same thing too. So if they just can't, if a third-party company makes something and then One Wheel looks at it and goes, oh, that's a great idea, we're going to make it. I think that feels better to a person that wants all stock things and knows this is built to fit my one wheel because the company that made my one wheel is or has made this product.
I agree. I agree with that. But I also think, like, for what Future Motion was dealing with for so long with like CPSC, could that have been a little bit of a hang up for them to actually get this creative stuff out there? Like, because now it's like, awesome. You're seeing so much stuff
Oh,
film.
you know it.
You know what I mean? Like, don't you think that could have been a little bit of a hangout for them?
Well, no, come on. Let's just answer that question. All of us be honest for a second. If you got the government all up in your business, let's say
creativity's halted.
Let's say
at what is coming out.
Let's say tax season comes around and they come in, they do an audit on you, Miss Lily. You're probably going to change the way you spend. You're going to halt a lot of things until that's sorted, right?
I think the right answer is yes.
Is that not what you'd roll with?
I don't know.
What?
What if it's all in groceries? There's nothing sketchy there.
But I just feel it's what you feel. You got the government up in your business. You kind of just
anytime.
So ONEWHEEL's had the government up in their business for a wee bit of time, and so all resources, like manpower and creativity, going to win that battle. They win it, and then all of a sudden they say, "All right, let's ratchet it up a little bit. We got some products we want to bring out. We want to unveil some really cool things to the general public." And bam, that happened. It just keeps happening, from Christmas sweaters, bumpers, and a new GTS. The question is, ONEWHEEL winning? Let's hear your thoughts in the chat. Man, from my perspective, I think they're more than winning. They are killing it. I'm telling you this. Since I've had the GTS, I've never wanted to ride as much as I do now. I love that thing. The power in it. It's just so much fun.
Look out, guys. Look out, Silvas. He's training.
Yeah, all right. That said, my wife's being a little sarcastic, but let's get to our special guests, who are special friends. Oh, we're just calling them our one-wheel family. Let's just put them in the category they are. They've moved from the first F word to the second F word. They are family. They are our one-wheel family. They have, anybody that's going to come visit you and spend genuine time, they could be riding some great hills and slopes here in Minnesota, and they're on your roof slugging away at pounding nails and just hard work. They are superheroes. You look up the word in the dictionary of genuine human being, you're going to see a picture of the Silvas. This is the picture that we will find in the dictionary when you look for genuine human beings. Right here, it's them hugging. We have a picture of it. This is their picture in the dictionary for genuine humans. Right there.
I loved this.
That is my highlight of the new film that dropped from ONEWHEEL right there. It gave me all the goosebumps. Oh, it was like a love story, but with ONEWHEELs right there. Heroes and genuine loving. Let's get to it, the Silvas, everybody.
Woo! Hey, guys.
Don't make me cry a little.
Yeah. That's why I really wear sunglasses when on the podcast, because I cry a lot, and that one is just, I was getting all teary, sappy. You guys are, you're the second F word. Family. We love you guys. Okay.
I love you too.
Seriously, that was when I watched it. I saw that hug at the end of one of the rides, and that was like, no. It might have happened else places, like maybe you ran up Austin and hugged Bodie at the end of one of his rides. I don't know if you did that, but that is a different kind of hug when husband and wife are like, "Woo! You did it! You nailed it!" How was it to make a video, or not even? It's a film like that together.
It was really cool. I think, as much as we love doing everything together, obviously, it was have people join us along the way and have a whole caravan and stuff. That was really awesome. And then to have your partner there, I can't really put it into words, honestly. I'm super lucky that we share all of this together.
Yeah. Seriously, if anyone's out there thinking about getting married and you want to know how to make your marriage work, do it together, right? That's what you guys are doing. You're just doing it together. Together.
Find things.
What's that?
Find things that you like.
Just 100%. Yeah. Spend time together. Find something you really love.
Yeah, and then that's what Holly and I do together. We're on a thing this year, the Christmas season. We're talking about together Christmas. So now I need to come up with a together marriage, but that doesn't ring as well as together Christmas.
Oh, together Christmas sounds nice.
Yeah, but what would be in relationship together? It's got to be about, because you want a successful marriage, do it together, not separate. Nonetheless, this isn't a marriage channel. It's just, it was fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to watch. So you you talk about caravan. You guys took your car with you and followed along because you had the pups, or did you get in the RV?
We were in our car.
Okay. How many days of filming did it take to film that?
It was about 10 days. Yeah, we
10
met the
days.
crew down in LA after Holoflex, and yeah, we spent about 2.5 ish, 3 days in each spot, with a day of traveling in between. We went
So,
to Los Pinos down in LA, and then we went to Las Vegas for some night shooting, and then we went out to Utah.
so when I see the film, like it seems like, because you guys, when the Vegas shots come around, seemed like you guys weren't there, like, but you were, but your videos didn't make it in. Did I miss that, or was that
Planned.
Yeah, maybe that's the question I'm asking. Like, I liked all the different segments of the video, the flow of this video. Seriously, if you haven't watched it, stop watching this podcast and come back after you watch the film. Go to ONEWHEEL's YouTube channel. It's so good. It's got 11,000 views. I want it more than that because I just think it's what I've seen in all the other extreme sports, snowboarding, skateboarding. I love those films. This has that vibe.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And you can watch it over and over again.
Yeah, it was really well done, really well thought out, and such cool people.
Yeah, epic. Your cue when someone talks is to switch to them. My boys, man, they're just in awe of being able to see you on the screen.
Yeah, they want to watch the
Yeah.
podcast. They don't want to work the podcast.
Not today. Not today.
Good
Okay.
job.
Okay. So when it was the Vegas side, were you guys riding, and then did your parts just not make it in the film? What was happening? What was going on during that time period?
We were just helping out with like behind the scenes type stuff and helping the whole crew. And then we did sneak off for a little trail session. But
Nice.
Yeah, originally we weren't supposed to meet up until after Vegas, but we were already in because it was basically just going to be like Neil and Tyler and LA, and then
it was supposed
Kyle
to be
and Bodie.
floaty, and then he hurt his
Yeah.
foot in LA. And then, yeah, go on. Sorry.
I was just going to be 2 people in the trail section part of it, and then 2 people in the Vegas part, and then all of us in the desert because it's a little bit more wide open and get us all. Plus, it's such an epic location. But we were already in LA for Flux, so we just tagged along from LA and helped carry boards and scout features and stuff.
Yeah. I if you haven't seen it or you can't remember the parts we're talking about, I just thought the journey of the film felt so cool when you go from Vegas and then there's a little transition film wise into the desert. Like I think we started in the woods, Vegas, and then the desert. It just flowed so cool, and it was really cool to see to highlight maybe the strengths of certain riders, to see Kyle and Bodie in a street style of riding with this new sphere going on in the background that looked so otherworldly. It looked like a 1980s Total Recall or something of that vibe. It was so cool to see. And then to the desert, and that's where you guys really come to shine. We're going to start with a clip first of you, Mercedes. And I just watch it, and I was just in awe. I was like, what? So here, we're going to roll the footage. You can tell us what you were thinking when it's going through.
Oh, that was terrifying.
Was it?
Yeah, I was just like mostly scared the whole time, but it's also like thrilling because you have like, you're so high up, but like the stuff that you're gonna land in is soft. So it's not like too much of a risk.
flying.
Yeah.
Like being up there so high is crazy, but yeah, it was just a lot of fun, honestly. Like that place was so cool. Like we only got to maybe explore like 1% to 2% of it, honestly. It's just like so wide open and there's so much out there.
So okay, a few questions. Like, I didn't see in the credits anything about a helicopter. So you had to walk up there first. Is that me assuming some things?
Some of those you can ride up, but most of them there's a bit of a hike in there. So yeah, you're hiking your board. If you just top of your head, you can walk up pretty.
I know that we haven't talked about this live, but be sure they include that movement in your training that you're going to start doing. So add that. An overhead carry to your regimen.
Yeah. At least 35 pounds.
At least. Yeah.
Okay, so the reason I ask really about walking up the, or however you got to that, is as I watched it, I'm looking, I don't see footprints, and I don't see, especially on your shot, Mercedes, I don't think I see, like, that is fresh, like if it was snowboarding terms, powder, right? That's you had it, right? Let's roll it again. There's no line. This is a first take shot, I'm assuming. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, look at that. Just it's so epic. It looks like you're on location with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. That was your first take?
It was, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, we
gosh,
only
that's
had-
amazing.
Fresh lines.
Oh yeah, I
one
guess
take
so. 'Cause
down.
the line. Oh, that makes
One
it even
opportunity.
better.
Okay, so tell me,
Yes.
you're talking about how like just nervous or terrified you were. Like, give me perspective, or for the audience at home, like how big are we talking? What's the vert on that? Like, is it straight down? What's the part that made your nerves rattle a little bit?
I mean, there's a little bit of a slope to it and stuff, and it's just like the height. I'm scared of heights. My legs were shaking. There was where that's all 5 of us, and he did end up getting first reactions from, I think, Tyler and Bodie. But I didn't have the camera on me, and he took me up to that thing, and no joke, I sat up at the top and I cried for a minute. But now I have to get down. And I turned around and I was like, all right, let's do it. Go the way down.
Wow.
That's awesome, man. I mean, no, so
I mean-
like,
Sorry. It's pretty steep, but it's low consequence, to be honest. But it's just the heights that scare you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very narrow. Drop offs on both sides. Probably the one that was in that shot was probably 100, 150 feet, but some of the ones were probably 200 to 300 feet.
yeah, that's wild. I mean, they look big. Like, I think the more that I do content with video, when you look at something and it looks kind of big, it's ginormous. Like, it just
Because
didn't.
you can't tell on video.
Yeah, because it's hard to tell verts or any of those things. So that looks so amazing. I think it definitely put it on my list of like, I want to go ride there, and I'm not at your caliber. It was like, I would like to do that. But then once you told me you hiked up it, I might not do that.
Maybe not.
Just messing. I'd do the hike for sure.
There are some you can ride up, so I think it's still worth it.
Yeah, we
Like-
just hiked up for those fresh powder shots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically.
because that's what makes it look epic, is that it's, and then the same with snowboarding videos. When you get a snowboarder that's dropping off of a mountainside and there's fresh, no lines, and he's making it or she's making it, it's like, whoa. When you see the other shots of, oh, this is third try, second try, it just loses its like magical moment. And so it's cool to see that magical moment in the dunes. Totally would be so much fun to go camp out there and just ride your one wheels around. Now, how much footage, like Mercedes, did somebody film you up there in that moment when you're having a moment with the hill and your emotions, or is that just like for you? Like, we will never see that footage somewhere.
No, that's just for us. That was like one of the scouting. They had already found that line. Him and Bodie, Tyler, and Kyle had already found it and gone down it and stuff. And so it was just like my first time up. To be able to like go back up and get, like all 5 of us and everything on that. I needed to scout that and do that before we started filming. And so it was just like the pre-scout. Yeah, so that's just something that will be shared between the 2 of us.
Well, and now on this YouTube channel, but how much footage is there left? can we maybe see the B side of this where there is a little bit more of personalities coming out, or was that like, where's it one shots kind of deal? We didn't redo many things.
I mean, there was probably 15, 16 hours of footage altogether.
Oh, wow.
So there's definitely a lot more. I'd imagine that we'll probably have some of the battles, because there were some pretty epic battles in there, and lots of crashes. Some things that weren't made. I don't know. That all that stuff might get dropped, but
Yeah,
we've got some stuff on cell phone footage, and yeah, we'll probably drop a little bit here and there.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet to see, just to get the other side of it, the B side of the video. Was there anything that as you guys watched the film, were you like, oh, this didn't make it in there and I was hoping it did?
I think most of the stuff that I did ended up making it in there. I did have one battle with a hill for like a little too long. It was over the course of like 3 days, and I only ended up actually completing it once, and he only has it on his phone.
Oh, no.
They were like busy filming something else, and I was like, okay, I'll practice so that when they do come over and film, like I'll have it down. And I only got it once.
But that made it on that was the poster shot. So
that was the poster shot.
Oh, so the poster shot is you.
That's awesome.
It is.
Okay, let's put
that too. I was like, oh, that's a really cool shot of Austin. And then I took another look at it, and I was like, oh.
And that was
me.
and that's the problem. Like a little bit, your helmet's, because yours has a little bit of orange on it, Mercedes. So from behind, it's hard to tell. Especially like, let's put up our thumbnail because it's right in the middle. I think we'll be able to see Mercedes as I thought it was Austin when you look at it, covering her up. She's just below the N.
Oh yeah.
That's her. I thought that was Austin. Interesting. Okay. That's pretty cool.
Feature that Mercedes chose going out there. We were all scouting features, and yeah, I mean, she chose the hardest feature out of the whole team right off the bat. I think
That
she
a
was
girl.
just like itching to do something crazy, because we've been watching everyone else do features for the last 7 days or whatever. So yeah, she bit off a little bit more than she could chew, and I mean, I went up there. We were all trying to encourage her. Like, it was a team effort trying to get her down this line. For I don't know how long we worked on that.
Probably like 5 or 6 hours, which is a lot whenever you only have like 10 or 11 to film each day, and you have like 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the stuff people don't put into perspective. Yeah, the shots are amazing, but it's not. You don't have days to get it. You have sun up to sundown, and you got to get after it, and that's that. Like, that's crazy when you think about the pressure, not only for yourself as an athlete to perform, but then you have a director, a producer, a filmer pushing you to get the shot, right? So how was that? Usually you guys are out filming yourselves at times, 360 camera here and there. Now you have a director telling you what to do. Was that an added pressure, or was it no problem?
I mean, it was a factor for sure. Not so much. It's just more of like taking time from the team. Like, there's 5 of us all, picking out features, and there's 2 or 3 videographers, or 2 videographers and a director. I mean, there's limited resources, and if it was just me and Mercedes going out, with my cell phone, I could huck my off of a feature, until I'm too sore or tired to continue. In the back of your mind, going through some battles, it was, you also have to think about taking up resources and
Yeah.
people focusing on you when they could be, shooting Bodie on a feature he found or something like that.
Yeah, I think to the point you just said, this isn't a Hollywood deal where you have all 5 of you have your own cameraman or woman following you around. It's 2 cameras, you said. I don't know if everybody caught that. 2 cameras. And so that's That's not a lot. I mean, it can be done. You can do a lot with 2 cameras, but this for what when you read through the credits and you get who the drone operators were, like Adam was a drone operator at times and stuff. This is impressive for the caliber of the film it is, to know what limitations you had in it with time, resources, and just available camera. It's well done. So super impressed. You guys talk about battles and crashes and falls and things of that nature. I think Austin, your fall where you got the dusty face, that's epic too. We have that.
Yeah, I
we clipped
loved
it.
that.
We clipped it because it's like, just so people know, like, it's just the reality of going and picking a new line or battling it out. Like, I'm going to nail this feature. So let's roll that footage of Austin here. You can kind of walk us through, and then we'll ask a few more questions. You on top of something.
So this.
That was that crazy line.
Oh yeah,
that.
You're flying.
This was a pretty crazy line. This was probably the hardest line I did. Basically, we spent like half a day on this other line that we called Old Faithful. It was a pretty mellow. It was basically like the first bridge line that we found, the one in the credits, and then we went to go find some more lines, and this was basically the second line I looked at, and
there you are, the dusty face.
yeah. But yeah, that first ridge line. I went up, checked it out once, barely made it up. The whole way up, it just gets like steeper and steeper. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, but I just kept going, and yeah, I made it down. I think I did it on the GT the first time. It's like, all right, well, I did it. Might as well go up and do it again with the camera. And so I took GTS up, but I hadn't connected my phone to it yet. There wasn't any cell phone service out there, so I couldn't. You have to go through like the activation process before you can connect and change stuff.
Which means you have to watch the video, right? That's what you mean, like the activation part. You got to rewatch the video, right?
You have to have cell phone service just to connect to it.
Yeah.
So if you have cell phone service at all, you can't change shape. So someone had connected to it, and it was in some form of climbing. So the nose was lifted up a little bit, probably to get up one of the ridge lines. And I didn't realize that until I got all the way up to the top. And yeah, this one was much steeper, much more narrow than the one that we had done previously. And there's like a drop, and this one like steep off-camber chute that's in the shot. And basically, I was riding up to it, and as soon as I went to go drop in, my tail touched because I just lost all clearance, and I just had to point it all the way down this really steep, narrow chute. And yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, and I'm surprised I made it all the way down first try.
Yeah, when we're looking at the shot where we're watching right now, Austin, like if you lose your balance and the one wheel goes down, how far down are we talking that one wheel is journeying?
It's 200 or 300 feet, and then
oh my gosh,
he's the way it's all twisted up, it would be really hard to get out of there, especially the left side. It was like a ravine that twisted back and forth, and if I fell on the right, the whole time I was like, if I fall, I need to fall left, because if I fall right, I was gonna spend probably an hour or two just getting out.
Jeez.
oh my word.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And I thank you so much for sharing behind the scenes and your thoughts, and because I just think that's what gives the credit to it. Is like you know, again, some people sliding in the DM saying, "Oh, the video that just dropped, I could do that." It's like, do you really think you can?
Can ya?
Can you?
Yeah, there's a lot of like polls like from ONEWHEEL and stuff asking if you do that, and you know, I put up a couple of polls too, and people, you know, there's probably a couple hundred people that are like, "Oh yeah, I could do that. I do that." it would be really cool if we had like some uh, trip where we flew 10 people out there, and just to get their reactions on some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that ridgeline that I was just talking about, Kyle, Tyler, I don't know if Bodie tried it, but Kyle and Tyler went up it, and they wouldn't even go all the way up to the top. And
So you were the only one who did it.
from the top, yeah,
Yeah.
they both turned and went down.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
I brought up each person like one at a time because I wanted to film their reaction, and that was the first time I ever seen Kyle scared, and
Wow. Mr. Spleen.
it was really entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, I'll come out there. Here's what I think I answered to you when you polled, would you ride that? I was like, yeah, after you teach me how to do it. I think I would go and let you guys teach me. I would ride down any of those things after you teach me how to do it. And that's kind of my quest in the new year. I got the GTS. I named it Must Go Faster. I'm committed to is almost as much as I have trained to run and be good at running. For 1 year, I'm going to put a lot more effort into my one wheel to only win I don't want to go pro. I want to just win my amateur bracket. And so that's the plan in 2024. I'm going to try to win one race where I win, and then I'll just be done. I'll just retire. But I would totally come in any of those things and have the Joe versus pro guy, and I'll just be like, no, that's dumb. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but you can do it with Coach Silvas.
The Silvas can coach me. Yeah, that's the deal. It's like I figure I could help you in after your career of being a one wheel pro. You could become a one wheel. You know how so many of the great athletes become great coaches. You could say, look, while I was a pro, I trained this Joe guy, Scot, who's just a joker. We got him to do this. What do you think I could do with you if I had like your ability? I could just helping you out in your next step in your one wheel career.
I would love to. It doesn't even have to wait. Like,
it could be a funny segment actually if we started doing that and just like, okay, how do I approach this? And it'd be pretty fun. But I do think it'd be a fun, I am dead serious on trying to win by the end of the 2024 season. Win my division.
You got this.
So we'll see.
Yeah, you got this.
I've been riding a lot more. But the GTS to me, it's everything I've always wanted. And I'm not saying that because I really love the GTS. It's like, it's so much fun to ride. Like, and I don't mean this as any slam or anything. And I don't think it is, but somebody will rip it and say it's a slam. But I just feel safer on the GTS because I can go faster and I'm not at that teetering edge of like, is that too fast? If I push it too much now, am I going to overpower it and it does what it does? This 23, 24 miles an hour and I still have the power. To a guy like me, that's amazing. So we haven't really gotten your thoughts on the GTS yet because we haven't talked to you online. What are, as you've rode it a lot, you're one of the few humans that have gotten to ride it a lot before we did. What are some of the things that you guys are loving about the GTS series?
The stability at speed. Like, it just has so much power that you like never have a single doubt in it. And climbing. The climbing that's just as much fun as the downhill now.
Right?
Yeah, you can just uphill at 20 and 25 miles an hour, and the usability, like, you can go 30. I mean, I wouldn't advise going 30 at 10%. We did it almost every day.
Yeah,
Such a cool thing. We were testing, we had a full battery loop, and coming back on, no battery left, we were still pushing it really hard. It's nothing like.
Oh, their battery must have died. Sometimes the Silvas, or it overheats. One of the two things.
That was so abrupt.
But that's what happens when your phone over.
And while he was talking about the one wheel battery dying.
I know.
Oh, they're back. They're back.
They might be back. I heard the noise. There they are. What happened?
Sorry,
we overheat? Oh, got a phone
Phone
call.
We
call.
got a phone call.
Ugh. Unless it was Kyle from
We learn
ONEWHEEL.
a new lesson every time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I
for
think
real.
that's what I said. We've gone through low battery, overheating,
Yeah,
now
you're
phone
done.
calls. I guess we'll just have you back to see what's the fourth thing. What's going to be the fourth thing that's going to happen? It'd be great. But I think Jeff was getting on us a couple weeks ago when we were talking about how much fun it is to actually climb with the one wheel now. He said, why is everybody on about the climbing? And I go, it's a great way to test the extra power and stuff, but it is fun. You guys have rode our trail system here. It's a lot of ups, right? Like for our where we're at, you're going up a lot, and so it's made riding our trails an absolute blast because no longer is it I have to finesse on some of those things. To credit to you, Austin, however, I have tried a handful of times to climb up our wooden berm that I watched you do last year. Like, and I didn't even film it. I never even knew that was a possibility. Do you remember when you did that?
Vaguely,
Look,
yeah.
Yeah, look, vaguely, because this guy just is,
He's just all
he's
over.
that good.
He's
Like,
that
you just
good.
came flying out of nowhere and you came up the wooden berm. Never had I ever seen that. And you just whizzed by. I'm like, what just happened? So I've been trying to do that and I can't figure it out. No, I will. But it's fun to, it has just made it a lot of fun to be able to ride. And like you're saying, not advised, but at low battery, you still have power. And that's been really a welcome thing to have. Like, you know, in my trail system, when you're riding and you get 50% battery warning, you better turn around. That used to also mean, oh, I don't have as much power anymore, so I can't ride it as aggressive. You just got to start watching it. Now it doesn't mean that. It's just like, cool, I can just go as hard as I was before. I love that. The stability, as Mercedes said, great. Anything else that jumps out to you from the GTS point of view from riding it as much as you have?
I mean, just to reiterate, like on the XR and the GT, you know, we mostly looked at like shuttle runs. You know, we'd find nice downhill trails. If we were riding uphill, it was to get to the trailhead or paying an Uber or a buddy having a shuttle up to the top. And, you know, with the GTS, we were basically riding up the trail that we were going to ride down because it was just as much fun. I mean, not as much fun as coming down, but like it feels like going in a straight line. Like you're able to race going uphill and still play around while climbing.
Yes.
And it just changes the whole experience, especially for places that don't have, you know, 5-10 miles of downhill like we do in California and Colorado.
Yeah. Now, do you think this, with the GTS series hitting, do you think it pushes Vesk to be going, hey, you like, maybe I present it this way. I think it's going to be a fun race season to watch the GTS series crush Vesk. I'm just saying that. I think it's going to be fun to watch. Now all the Vesk people out there are going to go, never going to happen. But I just think,
You hater.
I put it like this way, and Nico, I don't know if he's in the chat today. A lot of times he is. But to know what you did at Windman on a GT, and he had a Vesk, and you were only seconds behind him in overall time, if you were on a GTS, I just don't think it would be a question. And that, I think, is going to happen this year in the race season. I look forward to that.
I'm excited to see like how this race season goes with everything too.
I can't
Yeah,
wait.
it's gonna be.
Like,
The GTS definitely. Yeah.
are we going to be able to buy your racing jersey at any point? Like, it'd be
There's
sweet.
been some talk about it, I think. Yeah.
It needs to happen. Now, here's the question. If we have a Silvas jersey and they put your name on the back, how would we differentiate the two of you? Because, you know, we'd have to put your first initial
That
Numbers.
and or numbers, yeah.
and or numbers. Okay. I'm just getting you to think ahead, you know, like how would we, so it'd be tough. Like on what given day, I would have to probably buy both, unstitch it halfway and re-sew it so that I can have both of yours on. Because I can't root against one or the other. I got to root for both of you at all times. So that's what I would do.
Just have like Velcro over the initial and you can
Ooh.
just swap.
There you go.
Genius. I love it. That's great. I look forward to this racing season. Again, I think if you've ever seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari.
I thought you were going to say Cool Runnings.
What?
I was going to ask where you were going to go with it, but
Cool Runnings?
You dead
Ford
man?
versus Ferrari is a better analogy, just FYI.
Thank you. Yeah. Have you ever seen Ford versus Ferrari?
No, we haven't.
Have you
Oh.
ever seen Cool Runnings?
Oh,
You haven't
no.
seen Cool Runnings either?
Dang,
Oh
guys.
my
It's a great
gosh.
movie.
What do you guys do? Live in your car?
It's old. What do
do
you
you
do?
guys
Live
do?
in
Live
your
in their
car? Of course, they live in their car.
Okay. So you gotta watch Ford versus Ferrari. Seriously. Because that's what I think this racing season is. It's based on a true story. Matt Damon's in it. And it's Ford and Ferrari proving who's built the best of the best racing vehicle. A Ford or a Ferrari. It's such a... And then what they do is they come together at Le Mans, I think, where it's a 24-hour race. It's so awesome. Hi, pups. How we doing?
Oh my gosh.
Nap time's
They
over.
woke up from their nap.
Yeah.
Aw, that's so fun.
Yes, that's awesome. Where'd Mercedes go? Got ate by a dog. But if you watch that movie, and you'll know exactly what. Because I just think that's what's going to make it so much fun to watch. Because whatever the first race of the year happens to be, where the factory team shows up. I know you're not racing. You're not a racing team. That's what, at least Neil Bendit said that. But I think it was wink, wink after he said that. We're not a racing team. We're a factory team to test products to crush everyone else. That's what I add. I add that part. But Mercedes smile and you smile.
Definitely
So
a
I'm
race
saying,
team.
what'd you say, Austin?
I said we're definitely a race team too, but that's just not like our prime focus.
But you don't want to lose either, so I'd say it's a high priority. But you didn't want to lose to begin with,
we're all
anyways.
passionate about it.
Yeah.
What's that?
You didn't want to lose before you were on the factory team, so
Yeah, I
nothing's
was gonna
actually
say
changed.
that.
Probably the stakes are a little bit higher.
It's just going to be easier for all of us to participate in all the races now.
Yeah. I'm telling
Neil was only, a couple of races last year. He talked
Right.
about not doing so well, but this year it's going to be a lot easier for him to participate, and we're getting a personal trainer tomorrow, so I
Love
think we'll be in
that.
shape, prepared.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear and learn from you what movements I need to be adding to my quiver to be a better one-wheeler, to beat all of those that are in my age bracket. The great thing about me is I'm just getting older, and as older I get and stay in the sport, there are less people competing in my age bracket. So the likelihood, if I just stay with it long enough, there's only going to be 3 of me in my category, and I'll podium. That's great. That's what Lily's been doing. She races against 3 women, so she podiums every
Oh,
time.
yeah, but I thought I was
Only
like, but
you
there's
could see her face when he just
Yeah,
said
yeah.
I thought you were comparing like the whole age thing with my bracket too, and that's not.
No,
Like there's like a wide variety of ages. Well, no, I mean
no,
it's always like 30 to something.
in your age bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, you podium every time because you're in the top 3 because there's 3 in your division.
Windman, yeah. At
Dirt,
the other one there was more.
dirt surfers?
Yeah.
4.
Only 4? Oh.
But still, at least you had to beat someone.
that the next category of women, the older category, had more than in her age group.
Mercedes, there's a lot of talk from other women pros that are, not a lot, a handful, are DMing Lily and telling her she should go pro. What's your thought on that?
Mercedes knows all about
I know. We're just going to get it as a public address announcement here from Mercedes. What would your suggestion be to Lily to go pro?
I think it's whatever you're comfortable with at the time. Like if you want to move up and challenge yourself more, then go for it. But if you already feel challenged in your bracket, then stay with it.
Thanks,
The magic in
Mercedes.
competition is all about progress. So wherever you're going to be, where you're progressing the most, whether it be working your way up through amateur to get to the podium, or working your way up to the bottom of pro, like it's all about progression. That's where the fun is.
That's what, and again, even me trying to say to win my division, it's just make it fun and be more competitive in it. And but I just read a comment from Jeff Deere. He goes, Lily is pro. I love that guy. That
He's
guy's
funny.
very funny guy. Okay, so the filming is over. Is there already on the schedule to go do another one of those, or is it too soon to talk about that?
There's been some discussions of where would be the best to do another film in the winter.
Minnesota.
Yeah, what
Where it's-
I'm pretty sure there's something we could do on our property with all the trails we have where you're just here like camping out, and it's like, I think, you know how like in pro cycling, in pro running side of things, they go as a team away to train for a little bit. They have training camps. I think that on my hillside, we should make it a pros training camp, and you base here. You can wake up and hit the trails here. We can go to some of the local big trails to do some crazy things, but this is your camp. And we build features that are built for your, like, hey, no, we need to practice this, and I'll just build it before you get here. And then you'll just, it could be sweet. It could be a thing.
Do it. Well,
It'd be- I'm all for it.
For Winman.
I'm all for it. We have a video just really quick of it. Let's roll the video we have of it as we've had heavy machinery in our trails and cut a new trail. And then we built, if you remember that, guys, where the pump track is, we built what we're calling the log jam feature. I don't know what it was called at Race for the Rail, but we built it. It is so much fun to ride. It was so much fun to have tractors around here that touched every trail, and we cut new trails. It is so much faster. And it's so actually
much faster than doing it by hand.
no, the trail system is just
That
faster.
too.
That too.
It
yes.
was a lot faster.
There's something so satisfying about seeing the tractor thing hit the
that
stump.
log? Yeah.
Yeah, pounding
Yeah.
it.
I like that.
Yeah. It was sweet to see him chainsaw the top of it to make it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But if you would like to watch, not you, Austin Mercedes, you can go watch as well. But for those who are watching the podcast or listening, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch that. It dropped yesterday. It was so much fun and surreal to have somebody out here with the proper equipment. The hillside, we're going to make that into switchbacks all the way down. That'll be a spring project, which will be pretty cool to be able to go down the hillside, but with big switchbacks and give a chance for our kids to be able to hit switchbacks at speed to get down. So we're pretty stoked on it. So we'll need you back out here, you two, to re-ride the trails and spend some time out there and tell me what features we got.
We also have to re-roof our garage.
Oh my
I'm just
No,
teasing.
get outta here. There will
I'm
be no
teasing.
roofing.
No, not the next trip.
Next trip is all fun.
All fun.
All fun.
There will be coffee.
Well, all fun, but we'll still have Beam on hand for the nightly just sitting around chatting talks. Which would
Sounds
be
good.
okay. You have a great. They're in for it. But seriously, if there's something that pops in your mind, like it'd be cool to have a closed location to train. It'd be sweet to have you guys out here in the spring as a team and being able to film whatever. I think it'd be having a training camp before. That'd be sweet. That'd be really cool. So, anything else you guys want to chat about before we say goodbye to you, as you are so kind to give us some time today? We
I
cover
don't have
everything?
anything excited for next race season, honestly, and training up for it.
I
I'll be
think-
ready.
You got this, girl.
Do you guys
man.
know your race schedule yet? Do you know what's the first race of the season for you?
I think it's Let It Ride.
Yeah, Let It Ride in March.
Let it ride. Okay.
March?
Okay. Well, I
Most
need to
real
put.
fun stuff in February.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've dropped a date yet. One
Well-
of those two. February.
I need to get onto the calendar that you guys are on so I can get out there and try to document the progress of the factory team. That'd be a lot of fun to film as you guys go, and it's going to be a fun season.
Should definitely Let It Ride. It's a fun race.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen. Come document the year of the factory team. And yeah, I'm excited. I really am. Let's not speed up the holiday season. I love Christmas, so we'll slow it down over the next few weeks and enjoy Christmas. What are your Christmas plans?
Probably just grandma's.
Yeah,
Love
it was
that.
bad.
That's great. That's together Christmas right there. We keep talking about get together with all your family, even if there's drama. Figure out the drama to have it together Christmas. It'd be great.
Love it.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we will talk before then via text and stuff, but have a Merry Christmas. And can't wait to hear. I'm going to hit you up tomorrow and hear how the trainer went. And send me some of those videos that you guys got. I'd love to see those. I won't share. It's just for my consumption.
I got it, ladies, when I got the one where she actually makes it down the feature, and then I also have her emotional reaction after trying that for 6 hours
yeah.
and completing.
Oh man, I'd love
Would
to
love
see
to
that.
see that.
Yeah, we would just.
Yeah, we'll have to put something together.
We have Holly got an early Christmas present. It's a digital frame where pictures just loop through it. And we have a handful of your pictures in your rides because it can play videos that either you've sent us through text or whatever, sit on there. And so you guys pop up occasionally on the little frame in the house. And the kids will be sitting around like Courage, who our little guy. He'll go, oh, the Silvas.
Austin and
Yeah,
Mercedes.
it's funny to hear them.
And we don't have a ton of like family pictures with just Scott and I and the kids, but we do have several with you guys and us. So it's like, well, there's our family pictures. So we get to see you every day.
Yeah, when we got into the new studios / offices a couple weeks ago, it was first time getting my computer monitors out and all those things. And I was like, oh, I got to freshen up my background here. I was like, I need a family photo. And what's our latest one? It's with you two by the lake right before you left. And so
really
that's
great
on my
picture.
desktop. You guys are on the desktop with my family and our dogs. You sit there. I see you every morning as I wake up my computer. There you are. And so, like I told you, you have gone from friends to our One Wheel family, and we love you guys, and we're rooting you on. Thanks for putting smiles on our face. It's always fun. And again, to those listening, it's fun to watch people live their dreams and to be able to root you guys on from Minnesota, and however we can continue to do that. We are your fans. But more than that, because fans seem so weak. Whatever you need a place to crash, somebody to talk to. We love you guys, and
You guys, we love you.
Thanks, Scott.
you guys are awesome, genuine humans, right there, folks.
They are the best.
Can we say bye to them with the hugging picture?
You want to see?
I want to see it again.
You want to see? I just think the run up after the line is the best part.
So sweet.
It is.
I think Jeff wants you to know. Jeff Adair's in the chat, and he just wants you to know he's joining. He's on the phone with LA Fitness right now.
Jeff.
He's
So funny.
Yeah. Jeff, I'll just help you out in your quest to win. Just talk to me afterwards. I'll help you. I was gonna say it, but it might not come out across funny on.
Do whatever Austin and Mercedes are doing.
No. Yes.
And then double time.
Maybe. Or
I don't know. Good luck.
just stop any extracurricular activies that won't help
Oh.
you be
Or
fast. Take a hiatus. It will help you. But hey, Epic, fast forward in the video with Austin. I think it's Austin's video where the hug comes. And then we'll put the video, the picture of those two up. It's just genuine. It's just wholesome. It's like watching a Christmas movie with one wheels. Just instead of snow, you have sand. It's just, all right, here's the footage. He gets done with some magical run. And then, like, previously you break your face and you land it, which is amazing. And then look at this. Genuine, just love
Oh.
You did it
in slow motion.
It's so good.
Yeah, I
Slow
love
motion
that.
hug. What have I been doing with my filming career, Holly? I've never slow-moed a hug of ours. I'm so sorry. It looks so epic. There's so much love in
got
that
it.
slow.
You gotta get a slow-mo
Yeah,
hug.
that was
We
the really
do.
tough battle.
Oh boy.
Oh man, I've totally missed it. I just did. Okay, Holly has also made it. I don't know if she's made a commitment to race. Have you said you're going to race this year?
If I had, I don't know about that.
You're squirming on the hook
I have made a commitment to figure out how to ride.
Yeah,
on
that's
grass.
a great place to start.
on grass.
It's
Like,
44 degrees out.
Because that's
Let's go
my
do it.
struggle. I can do pavement. I don't go super fast ever, but it's the toe side, backside for me. I don't know how to
You're
do
just
it very well.
scared. Face your fears.
I
Ride a
did.
one wheel.
I did just
be
get
honest.
pair of
Wait,
wrist
Austin's
guards.
trying to coach you.
I'm all in.
I was just saying, I hear that there'll be a lot of beginner classes this year.
Look,
You always got to start somewhere.
got to start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere. I could be the poster child for the beginner. Just saying.
If a mom of 8 can do this, so can you. That would be the tagline right there.
I have some new wrist guards.
Get them on.
Where did you get these new wrist guards, and why do you
Well,
have them?
Historic got them from Dirt Surfers. They're the function ones, the full leather ones.
Are
and
there
I was
any other
like,
wrist guards out there? I didn't know there were. Those are it.
No, that's it. But we have them, and they certainly don't fit hers. So I was like, can I just have these? Because they look really cool.
Wait, so
Go use them.
you have wrist guards, but have never used them.
She's going to use them.
Well,
You're gonna use them.
I found them like right before we left to go for Thanksgiving to Illinois, and so I was like, oh, I will have to try these.
Because
Okay.
she's planning to ride.
Planning to ride. Okay.
Amazing.
Okay, fair enough. I will give you one of the GTs. You ride it.
Okay.
Okay. See you
Let's
at
go.
Let It Ride. All right, Silvas.
We love you guys.
Love you. Have a Merry Christmas.
Bye, guys.
Such a
Thanks
pleasure.
for having us.
Yeah, anytime. Man, so fun to have those two on.
We always love them. I mean,
Yeah.
they're great.
Seriously, everybody I don't think we've ever had a bad guest on here. It's been a
No.
pleasure to meet and hang with so many of them. And thank you for being in the chat today. If you're still hanging around and you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, come on. If you
Go
would,
for
subscribe and then drop a comment on here. Again, there's so much new products being dropped by ONEWHEEL that you should go to the website. You missed the Black Friday sales and the Cyber Monday sales. You missed it. It's over. They were genuinely awesome. Float Life had good sales as well. Craft and Ride had good sales. Flight Thins had good sales. It was just a time to get after some things. But if you missed it, they're still there. You just got to pay full price. We will do a review on Bang bumpers and the new bumpers from ONEWHEEL,
Motion,
which they're calling free ride bumpers. Is that correct? If I remember that term,
I think that's
free
correct.
ride. Their demo team
Free
of
ride or free range? Either
free
one would
ride.
be-
We have a clip here. We have a picture of them with their saying of it. It's pretty slick. If we can put up the bumper, that's what they look like. A little bit different of a profile, I believe, but then we also have it with a caption by it. We can put that one up there. Here you go. This is what they posted on YouTube, on Instagram the day they released it. We'll have Lily read it because it's across the room and there's not a chance. So hopefully it pops up on our screen here in a moment and she'll read what they posted on Instagram. You can go get them. I think they're going for $150. Holly, can you look that up really quick so I don't misquote that? Lily, can you see that on your screen?
Yeah, it says, introducing GT Free Ride Bumpers. The Free Ride Bumpers are individually handmade through fully compression modeled UHMWPE plastic. What does that mean? Well, it means they're damn near indestructible, which is what you'll need if you're riding through terrain or hitting the streets. They also slide like butter if you're trying to get tricky with it. Bumpers are wear parts and are designed to take a beating, but the free ride bumper construction is built to far outlast the stock GT bumpers, which means you won't need to swap them as often as saving you money and plastic in the long run. Stay tuned for more science on these baddies.
Yeah, the science. Did you see this stuff that they did? They dropped some kind of 100-pound torpedo on them or something. I don't actually know.
Was that
what
on
it is.
Instagram?
They're
Both.
125.
125 for the free
And they-
ride bumpers.
Come in multiple. If it says GT on it, I'm not seeing anything that's like it's all
It's
the same.
compatible.
Yeah.
Yep,
It
it's
won't
compatible.
necessarily
It'll
say
be
GTS.
interesting in our just when we get both of them. You got the bumpers and you have the Bang bumpers. We have the Bash ones already from Land Surf, I think it is. We have those. We will compare all three. The Bash guards, I think is what they were being called. They definitely did not last as long as my XR Bang bumpers. So it wasn't made of the same plastic, though it was a little bit harder because they definitely wore out after a season of riding. We will see if, when you see the picture of the free ride bumpers, if the stamp of their location, like that's we're all accustomed to of the bumpers that are stock with the lettering on it, if it plays into the catching on street and stuff, or it doesn't matter at all, because when you get to the Bang bumpers from Float Life, they're smooth. And that's one of the first things you always notice when you get those smooth. So it'll be interesting to compare those. We'll have that video probably by the end of next week for you. And so we're excited about bringing all those things. And as we said before, go check out our, I think we call it the ONEWHEEL GTS series Trail Builders. And we build a new wooden feature. How we do it, it's a lot of fun to show that with you guys. Thank you so much for always being with us.
I meant to ask when the Silvers were on, do you know why they called it 113?
ONEWHEEL. My thought is that ONEWHEEL was established in 2013. 113.
Except for their hats say 14.
I don't know. That's
I
what I
meant to
read
ask.
online.
But-
But not. It wasn't. It was from like an article and not like a ONEWHEEL thing.
But then the logo that you see on it that's kind of looks weird, like what does it mean? And that's what they started putting on the like dirty windows and stuff as they were driving around.
What?
How the font
They-
looks, the
yeah.
logo
Oh,
of
They
it.
wrote it that way.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why they have left it, or that's
Yeah.
that's again what I read
113
on Instagram.
volts.
Oh, is that right? Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Dirt
I
surf. That's
I
coming from a
wondered.
couple people. Yeah, that's great. I meant to ask that before.
that's
Wow, a lot of
great.
people know that.
Yeah.
Somehow we missed that. I missed that.
Nick, I think it's Nick from Dirt Surfers or Rachel, one of the two is in the chat. He says 113 volts. Thank you.
Legit.
Here's a question for you with dirt surfers. Would dirt surfers make a riding team?
Ooh.
I bet they could.
They could, but do
we're
you?
going to be reaching out to Nick to see if he'll be on the podcast in a couple of weeks.
That could be pretty sweet to see a dirt surfers team. I could see that happening. Yeah, again,
That's another great
I think
awesome
if you're
couple.
gonna do a team, you got to have some money put behind it. To you can't. It's gonna be hard to compete against a one-wheel factory team that's getting a trainer and all these things provided. If you're gonna be competitive, you're gonna have to put some resources behind it. Going, hey, like we can't be schlubs. You can't just be.
We'll just reach out to Red Bull and see if they'll sponsor or,
That'd be
put a
sweet,
team
wouldn't it?
together.
But like, could you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna go do this with trainers and you're gonna come up with a team that's like, oh, yeah, we'll just wear our jersey, and then you just show up. I just don't think you're gonna compete. You got to be competitive in the off season, and that is, I think, through some level of fitness past or beyond the one wheel, right? Everybody? No, I'm the only one talking about that.
No,
I
I
think
think
that
you're-
it would require finances. Yeah.
I think I mean, I think it's just getting into different categories if you're actually going to have teams. I mean, like you're getting into actual extreme sports so it's like, which it's well on its way for Future Motion to have the factory team. That is like, we're well on our way to something like that. So it'd be sweet.
We do have dirt surfers responding. We do help people, and they've helped us. They're a part of our channel, and we love dirt surfers.
They're amazing.
But he says it might be tough because we host a race. But I think that's like Red Bull hosting races, and they have racing teams.
Yeah.
I-
I mean, whatever Rachel does, Holly can just do, and Rachel can be on the team.
Yeah,
Right?
I'll help her out like
What
that.
did you
Ra-
just say?
Like
Rachel
help her
would be the
fill her-
one. Rachel would be the one to
Oh.
race, and
For them.
maybe what Nick is alluding to is that, I mean, maybe Nick, you would want to race too. I don't know. I could take your spot if you.
I think Nick would be a great
And I'm like
racer.
thinking like Rachel Payne, Luke Austin. I'm thinking of other people that would be on that team that have
They
raced at
do-
dirt
he said
surfers
it.
before.
Nick said it in here. That they've got people. I mean, they've helped lots of racers.
I just-
with product,
yeah.
with entry fees, whatever. They've done a ton for people.
I would like to see, like, I would just like to see somebody do it and announce it sooner than later that they have a team. I would like Flow Life. I'd like to either them to do it or One Wheel Parts.
You're getting wheels turning though. Everyone's like,
One Wheel Parts. Like if they sponsored a team, I just think somebody needs to do it. Like somebody's gonna go, why doesn't Scott Mendenhall and friends do it? Because we're heaps of friends, but the lot of people we've put on our team that were on our jersey are on the factory team, folks.
yeah, true.
So but this is what we're trying to say is the Scott Mendenhall and Friends team was absorbed by the factory team. That's what we're trying to say here. It's just showing out.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're... I mean, they're all on our jerseys. Thank you, One Wheel, for recognizing our ability to pick quality racers. You're welcome. We will do another round. The up and coming, we'll do Grom's, Scott Mendenhall and Friends racing team of Grom's. You can have them too. We're like the minor league to the pros.
I think it's safe to say that there's definitely a turn that racing is becoming a bigger and bigger thing as opposed to just attending the events. You know, like racing it's going to be a thing.
I just think it's going to be fun for us as spectators. At the end of the day, that's what, and I'm going to push it until we kick off the race season.
It'd be fun for the sport, too.
I'm going to keep pushing it until it's in the Olympics.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Great. I don't know what
X Games.
X Games I can do. I will applaud that. Olympics, I don't even know what to do with that.
It's a thing.
It is? What motorized anything has been into the Olympics?
Oh, gosh.
Exactly. Nothing. My oldest son just said motocross. That is not in the Olympics, legend. However, badminton is.
Wow.
I can't
what
even,
a thing to compete
I
against.
can't even imagine how I played that this summer, and it's been like forever. I'm like, how is this an Olympic sport, Lily?
Next time it'll need to be badminton on one wheels.
Yeah, we could do that. You think badminton's boring?
Seems boring.
Why?
Scott and I are undefeated, guys.
That's cool. I don't know. I've never.
Yay us.
Because the birdie doesn't is just kind of weak.
They do. They break a lot. But what bird isn't weak in general? You ever see a bird take a window on? Never have ever seen a bird win.
No, me either.
Poor bird. Speaking of that, we have a bird dead by a window this morning.
Oh.
R.I.P.
All right, we are getting way out.
We're off topic, Holly says. Okay, thank you everyone for hanging with us. What a great day today. We are always, it's always a pleasure. Go watch one of our other videos. That's what helps the algorithm in YouTube. Just click a video, watch it really quick. It'd be great if you watch the latest one in our trails. Thank you so much for being with us. Next week, we're going to announce our Christmas giveaway, and it's a doozy, folks. We've alluded to it a couple weeks ago, but we have a great Christmas giveaway. And so we're really, really excited about doing that. Some other brands have come alongside and said we want to help partner in that. And so we will announce that giveaway next week and how you do it. We'll be giving that away on around the week of Christmas, I should say. So everyone, have a fabulous afternoon. Enjoy your weather. And we'll see you next week on the podcast. Adios, everybody.
Bye.